Well, scenes like this one right here, obviously familiar in Central Florida. Rockets launching from the Space Coast. Today, as we've been telling you all morning, SpaceX is getting ready for another rocket launch, the Heavy. This is a live look from the Space Coast. The Falcon Heavy rocket set to blast off this evening after they did have some delays, mostly the weather. Seems the launches, though, seem to be coming more often these days as we hear more about the space businesses that are setting up operations out there on the Space Coast. And we've got our good friend Dale Ketcham. He's the Vice President of Space Florida, live on the phone with us this morning. Dale, always good to talk to you.
Good morning. Nice to talk to you.
Oh, Brevard County, when was the last time we've seen this kind of a boom? Like in the 60s during the Apollo program?
Well, in this business, we kind of like to avoid the word boom, but we prefer to refer to it as a renaissance. And that it is as busy as it's been in quite some time. Back in the 60s, we had a heck of a lot. In 63, I believe, there were more than 200 launches. So it's going to be a while before we catch up with that, but we're trying. But we are definitely in a major resurgence following the shuttle. And I think it's very encouraging because this resurgence is being driven not by a federal program, but by the growth of the commercial sector and a variety of players. So we won't be subject to the whipsaw effects of one company, one program going out of business. We've got a lot of people in this business now doing a lot of things, and that's going to make us much more resilient.
And that's really the key, isn't it? Because you've got the private sector that's moving in there, and so this is a long-term growth. It's not like one project is done by NASA and then all of a sudden it dips down. The private businesses, they're going for the bottom line, so they're going to continue to grow and to grow and to grow, and that just means long-term.
Well, it's the marketplace. It has its ups and downs, and but our focus has always been on having a diversifying with a variety of companies, with a variety of missions, and now we also have, we're not just launching, we're building the rockets and the satellites and the capsules here. So we're in much better shape than we've ever been before. There will be cycles in the marketplace like there is everywhere else, but we're much more prepared for any downturn. And right now, there ain't no downturn coming. It's just going to be growth.
Yeah, we talk about NASA, we talk about SpaceX, Blue Origin, and another company, Firefly. Firefly just announced that they're setting up shop in Brevard.
Correct. We're actually on the verge of having, well, Firefly's already committed. They're going to be launching a small rocket. It's only about 95 feet tall, if that can be considered small. But they're going after a new segment of growth in the marketplace, which is small satellite launchers that launch more frequently. They require less infrastructure. They're more responsive. And given the fact we're looking at many thousands of satellites to be put into orbit over the next 10 years, they're finding that's really the hot new market right now. So we're going to have them building their small rockets right across the street from Blue Origin, building their big rockets there in Exploration Park. So good things are happening. OneWeb is just got its certificate of occupancy. So within the next year, they're going to be cranking out satellites, one every 8-hour shift. So things are looking real good.
Dale, let me interrupt you because I gotta ask you. There's a certain amount of, at some point, there's only so much room out there. I mean, a lot of people are moving in, but it's not like these rocket launches don't take a lot of space. It's like putting 8 golf courses in Brevard County to make room for one of these things. Do you sense that maybe Brevard County can handle this, or are they going to just keep expanding up and down the coast?
There is no question. Space is a limited commodity. But there are also new technologies and innovations and creativity. We've still got a fair amount of room, and there's 147,000 acres out there, but most of that is dedicated to wildlife, which is appropriate. But we've got some margin, but the pressure is on us not to just crank up bulldozers. It's to be innovative and creative to figure out how we continue to grow and preserve the environment out there.
Good deal. All right, Dale, I hope you got your tickets to today's launch because it's going to be a good one if it goes.
Well, unfortunately, I'm in Colorado Springs at the Space Symposium, but I'll be watching on TV, as will the 9,000 who are here.
Gotcha. Hey, Colorado Springs, that's my hometown, my friend. Went to high school there.
Yeah, very good.
Right on. All right, Dale, talk to you soon, my friend.
Thank you. Bye-bye.